Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to DCS World 2.5.9 and Polychop Sims OH58D Kiowa Warrior module. This is my quick look at the module. I've not actually had enough time flying it yet in order to give you any tutorials or kind of more in-depth stuff. But I thought, you know, there's a lot of interest around this module right now. It's the new hotness, after all, and I should give you all the guided tour, if at all possible. So here it is, in all of its glory, sitting here at Akritiri. And much like in the F4 video, let me give you the spoiler alert now. I think Polychop have done a really good job of this. I actually rather like it. This is the... Oh, that was a nice little glint coming off of the MMS there. Very nice. This is a more modern version of the Kiowa. In this package, you're effectively getting an earlier model Kiowa with the infrared... the disco ball in the back. Whatever that thing's called again, I've forgotten. And then the more modern CMOS equipped one. This is a modern CMOS equipped one. So in this aircraft we have a radar warning receiver, we have a laser detection equipment, and we also have missile approach warning, which is like, for a helicopter, this is an amazing suite that we have. So we get all kinds of warnings and bings and bongs in the event that someone is trying to do us harm. And we also have what is normally a flare dispenser on the underside, but I believe the bucket can actually be swapped to hold chaff as well. I don't know if it's even possible maybe to do a mixed loadout. Let's take a little look at the rearm here. Can I actually... Yeah, I can mix it. I can mix the bucket with chaff and flares. Okay, that's interesting. In most cases, you're only going to want flares, so you don't really need chaff on this bad boy. Okie dokie, let's see. I can't put the gun on the right, I can only put the gun on the left. I think that's normal. We're going to pop the cannon on the left, and let's just grab some unguided rockets for the left, for the right, sorry. That's what I would imagine is a pretty standard loadout.
Request rearming.
And the ground crew will run around and set that all up for us. So like I said at the beginning, this is not going to be a tutorial. I'm literally just going to tool around a bit. I have spent around about 3 or 4 hours flying it now, so I can fly it, and I know the basics of operating it, but being kind of effective in a mission, that's a stage that I have not reached as yet. And I don't feel like I know the systems in depth enough in order to give you a proper tutorial series just yet, but soon, very, very soon, don't you worry. But yeah, for now, let's have a bit of fun. Let's pop some weaponry on there and get it started up. So we're going to start off... You've probably seen other people do startups already, so I'm only going to very briefly cover the things I'm doing. FADEC on, ignition system to on. The key is in. Oh, let me hide my chappy for a moment. We'll just have the CPG. Key is in and turned. It's very embarrassing if you don't have the key on. Battery switch to on, and then we'll wait for our displays to come on. And we should get the audio warning in just a moment. Wait for that to all boot up. There we go. Gonna clear that caution, get rid of the audio, reset the multifunction display, and everything is good to go. Cool, alrighty. So I'm going to bring my collective up and down, make sure it's fully down. I'm going to go ahead and pop the throttle out of cutoff and just put it into the idle position. I actually knocked something there. Oh, I knocked the I knocked the switch for the radios. So I've managed to put it into the radio page. I'm going to go display switch left, and that'll bring me to the VSD. Cool, alrighty, so that's all set. I'm going to push and hold starter switch for 2 seconds. And release, and then we should note that power is coming up. Going to set the multifunction display to show me NR. I'm going to ack off that caution for now. And the beast comes to life. Low rotor audio, let's cancel that. Okay. And NG should stabilize around about 60%, and that will be considered a good start. There we go. Okay, so the engine is no longer considered out, but we do have low rotor RPM at this time. Cool, alrighty. Before we advance the throttle, we're going to go Essential Bus on, AC Gen on, DC Gen on, and I'm going to pop on my lights as well for now as well. Back to the front, we're going to slowly advance the throttle. Okay, it's stabilized at 99, and as you've seen everyone do in the past, a couple of clicks up on the RPM governor, get it to 100, set. Nice. Alrighty. At this stage we can put our SCAS system on. We don't have the fuel boost on. I should have already had that on actually. Fuel boost on. That warning goes out. Nav is not aligned. That'll probably take just a little bit longer. I'll leave the nav page up. Okay, over the shoulder. Radar detection equipment. IFF. L2 mum. Speak and Spell has a little chat with us there. CMOS, I'm actually not clear if you actually need to flip this breaker or not. I think you actually only need to flip the mode selector to on. And now CMOS will go through its self-test and it will also speak to us, as is its wont. Just fiddling around with my radio select switch here. Because I can't exactly remember how that works, but in any case, we're good. Just waiting for nav not aligned to go away. There we go, CMOS has finished its self-test. Radar detection suite. Okay. Okay, RWR is operational. CMOS is operational as well. Radar searching. There we go. So we've actually got 2 radars showing up on here already. Nice. Is there anything else I need to muck around with? Let's arm the CMOS, but put it into bypass just now, otherwise it might start spamming. Master arm to standby. We'll arm the gun just now, just because I'm going to have a hard time doing that once we're in the air. I'll jump into the CPG seat, and we'll go ahead and unstow the MMS. Let's bring up the page. We're going to bring it all the way into forward. And then I'm going to manual, and then lock it forward. Around she comes. Boop. And Tiz is still reporting hot. That'll take a little bit of time to cool off and be usable. Nice. Anything else I want to fiddle with right now? No, I don't think so. Actually, we're going to go master arm straight into armed, because it's inhibited while I've got weight on skids anyway, so nothing will happen. Let's try the cockpit lighting. I've actually not messed with the cockpit lighting yet. Instrument lighting, we'll pop that on to about half. Console lighting, put console lighting full. Yeah, it's nice. You get a little bit of a glow. That's good. No, I don't have doors on. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty, I think that's everything I need to do before I get airborne. I don't recall anything else, so let's simply go for it. And yeah, like I said, we're at Akrotiri. I'm going to go to a nearby FARP, and then I'm going to let loose with the weapons. So, as with most Western helicopters, cyclic back and left a little bit of left pedal as you increase collective, and that should get you into a nice hover. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I was able to pick it up into something approximating a hover. So check hover confirms that we've got all the power we need. So let's continue with the mission. Oh, actually no, let's not go that way. There's a lot of light poles over there. That's a really good way to immediately have an accident. Let's taxi ourselves around here instead. Now, as is always the case, I am not the world's greatest helicopter pilot. However, the Kiowa is going to make me look like a pretty decent helicopter pilot because the SCAS system is very good. Try flying this thing with it off and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very different experience. And I'm making judicious use of the force trim as well because it's actually rather good. Okay, that's feeling pretty good. I think we're clear of most of the obstacles now. Going to come around to the right. Radar searching indeed. And we'll give her a bit more beans and get the speed up. So, if you're coming at this from the Gazelle, or the, well, maybe less so the Apache, but definitely from the Gazelle, you're going to feel like the Kiowa has slightly more weight. It's not quite as fast, but that's okay. It's, in many ways, a much more capable aircraft. Actually, let's, just for fun, put the video feed on here, although that's probably a bit disorienting. Yeah, I think in many ways it's a more capable aircraft, and it's a lot of fun to fly. A lot of fun. Let's get ourselves down a little bit here towards the treetops, and let's bring our forward speed down a bit as well. Because that's the FARP just up ahead. And once I've proven that I can actually land in this teeny tiny FARP, I'll then show you all some vehicles in the distance and what the gun and the rockets can do to them. Down we come. Let's bring that speed back a bit more. But yeah, very nice to fly. Really, really nicely modelled, I think. And this is going to be a lot of fun. Of course, we have the AI pilot. I'm not that into using the AI pilot. I would much rather have a second person in the other seat. I think you're way more effective that way, and it's actually a lot more fun to fight in this aircraft with another crew member. But, you know, of course, we don't all do multiplayer, and so that might not necessarily be possible for everybody. Let's get ourselves in here. Ooh, don't drop onto the... Don't drop onto the Hasco. Right, I'm just going to land in the middle here because I'm not that good a pilot. Just drop her down. Okay, right. Not the best landing in the world, but we got it there. That was, yeah, that was a bit danger close to these buildings and other obstructions. But hey, we made it. We survived. So yeah, my preference absolutely is flying the chopper with other people. I think that's a lot of fun. Really, really a lot of fun. Right, let's get ourselves back in the air now that we've proven we can land it. I should have actually reset the trim. That was set for forward flight. Ooh. Over torque. Terribly sorry. I know. I was a bad boy. Okay, so weapon switch to the left, and that's going to give us the gun, and it's already armed. So let's go ahead. I'm actually going to turn off that video because it's a little bit distracting. Let's go ahead and see if we can smite a vehicle with the gun. Now, strange thing about the gun, it fires on the first detent of the trigger. I would have expected it to be the second. And there is a limiter on the gun as well, so it's not... well, that was very high. It's not firing that long a burst. Yeah, you really have to walk this on. There's probably a better way of doing this than what I'm doing. Went quiet there because I was having to concentrate. Can I actually kill this damn vehicle? Oh, those were hits. Those were definitely hits. Oh, yes! I've hurt it at least. Okay. Weapon selector to the right. We now have rockets. Let's see what I can do with these. Yes. No head tracking, no VR today, so this is going to be challenging to say the least. Oh, right, okay. I was getting a bit too tight with my turn. Yeah, big tip. Don't go too tight with your turns. It's very easy to get into VRS. Yeah, and it's second detent to launch a rocket for some reason. Which is just confusing to me. Oofed. Okay. That was close, but probably no prize there. Let's see if I can get this next one. Let's see if I can get this next one. Yeah, I'm all over the place with these. I don't think I'm going to get hits necessarily. Oh, I'm out. Right, back to the left. Finish him with the gun. Oh, is my gun out? Oh no. Okay, right, I've got no weapons now. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's deselect those, and we're now unarmed. Next, I'll demonstrate the flares. Check this out. So that was me in bypass. I can manually fire flares in bypass mode. Note that the CMOS will also detect enemy, or even friendly, missile launches. It doesn't detect rockets for some reason, where I think in the real world it probably should also be triggered by rockets, unless I'm wrong, but I would have expected rockets to also trigger it. Anyway, let's see if we can get it back down in the FARP again. And I'll bring this little video to an end here. Yeah, a display management switch, really, really cool actually, nice feature. This is like the first helicopter I've flown that has this kind of nice glass cockpit integration, obviously if you exclude the Apache, but the Apache is very focused on the helmet-mounted displays. So if I go display management switch left again, I get my hover page, which is kind of nice. Let's actually see if I can get this thing into something approximating a hover without VRSing it immediately. There we go. There we go. Okay, almost into a hover. And then I can press and hold my bob up and place a little hover box. And now I've got a visual indicator to help me stay inside my little box, which I'm now screwing up already. But there you go. So if I was the pilot and my CPG was doing some work with the MMS, I could do something like this. I guess also if I was going to pop up, but a way to make sure I was staying in the same place, I could, oops, not exceed limits. That would be good. And try and stay within the same location here. And then long press on the bob up gets rid of the box. Display management switch left again puts me back into the normal mode again. So, very nice and easy. Display management switch aft is going to give me my HSD. Right gives me my comms page. And up gives me the MMS. But most of the time as the pilot you're going to want it to the left. In your, what's it called again? VSD. Yeah, in your VSD page. Right, let's see if I can go straight in the front entrance here. Like I said, with the SCAS, it's actually surprisingly easy to fly. But without head tracking, it's hard to keep track of exactly where you are in relation to the ground. Also, just yesterday, big announcement, Echo 19 said that they're going to rework the sounds for the Kiowa and create a very, very realistic sound set for it. So I think that's very cool and very interesting news for all Kiowa fans out there. Okay, let's see if I can do the job here without destroying myself. Sliding along on the skids and stopped. Apparently that's the way they did it in the real world. They would tend to just have a little bit of forward momentum there and slide it forwards on the skids. Fantastic. So there you go, the OH58D Kiowa Warrior from Polychop Simulations. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's really, really nice what they managed to put together here. A great simulation of the Kiowa. Yeah, a lot of fun. And it doesn't feel like early access at all. Basically everything is just kind of working. This is the day one patch, by the way. There hasn't even been any patches to this yet. So what you're seeing is exactly what was delivered on release day. Absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Cool, well, thank you very much for watching. Okay, thank you all very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help to me and to the channel. If you'd like to further support the channel, you have the option of joining DeepHack's ground crew by clicking the join button below. It's a small monthly fee and it really helps me in creating this content. Big shout out to those of you who've already done so. The current members of the ground crew are on screen now. You have some small benefits. Of course, you're helping me, but you also gain access to a Deepak's ground crew Discord server where we can all kind of interact. I've also been uploading mission files that I've been using in some of my tutorials, and we also occasionally fly together. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.